morning, children. Welcome back to my channel Assistance by Mrs. D. Nandan. Children, today we begin with the fundamental operations, and in that we have to see the addition and subtraction of polynomials. If we get a polynomial, then how are we going to add it and how are we going to do the subtraction in that? That is what we see today. Now, there are two methods that are taken. One is known as the row method and one is known as the column method. I'm going to teach you both of them today, and then how you do a question with which method, that will depend upon you individually, which one you feel is more easy and which one you feel you will be able to do it easily. So according to that, you will take up the method. So we begin with the first question, children. It's an example that I have taken. You have to add a polynomial, right? That is 4a plus 2b, then 3a minus 3b plus c, and the third one is minus 2a plus 4b plus 2c. Now these have to be added together. Now first I'm showing you the row method. As you can see over here, I've written the row method. In that, children, first thing is I have copied the same thing, right? Only thing is I have enclosed them inside a bracket so that I know what are my different terms of the different polynomials. These are three polynomials. Second is, children, I'm going to open up my brackets. Now when I open up my brackets, children, in case now in this question there is a plus sign, so we don't have to make any changes whatsoever. But second thing is we have to also check that whether all the terms are given in the same order or not. Like in the first one, it is first the a, then b. So I have arranged my second and my third polynomial in same way, that the first term is a term, second term is a b term, and then is a c term, as you can see. Now bring the like terms together. That means all the terms that contain a as the variable, you need to write them together and enclose them inside a bracket, as I have done it over here. Now as you can see, children, I have arranged the like terms together and I have put them inside a bracket. Now you need to solve it according to the integer rule. Now when no sign is given before a 4a, we know it's a plus. So plus 4a and plus 3a will be added up together to give us 7a, and then minus 2a. Similarly in the second bracket C, no sign before 2b means it's a plus. So plus 2b plus 4b will make it a plus 6b, minus 3b. And then over here there is no sign, that means plus again, so add both of them, it gives us a 3c. Now in the next step we are going to further solve these. So a plus 7a and a minus 2a can be solved to give us a 5a. Then plus 6b and minus 3b will give us a plus 3b, and then plus 3c. So this is a final answer through the row method. Now the same thing I'm going to show you even by a column method. Now the next method is, as you can see, I have written the same polynomials, children, in the form of columns. Columns means we write the like terms underneath each other. So in the first one it is 4a plus 2b. Second one was a plus 3a minus 3b plus c. Now plus c I have written it separately, children, because in the first polynomial there was no c term that was there. So it has to be written little separately. Then I have written the third polynomial along with the signs that are given in the question. And then according to the integer rule, as we did for the first one, we are going to do it over here also. So the answer comes as plus 5a, plus 3b and plus 3c. Now if there is a plus sign over here, you don't need to mention that, that is understood. So this is how you do the same question, children, by another method that is known as the column method, right? I hope these are clear, because after this I'm going to teach you how to do the subtraction of the polynomial. Coming to subtraction in polynomial, children, this is a very, very important statement, and that is why I've written IMP over here, stands for important. Always change the sign of the term being subtracted. Now this has to be kept in mind, children, that whatever term is being subtracted, we change the sign of all those terms. Now look at the question. Subtract 3a minus 4b plus 5c from 4a minus b plus 6c. Now what have I done? I am going to explain both the methods, row method and column method, once again. First we are going to write the second polynomial. So I have written the second polynomial, put the subtraction sign, and then I have written the first polynomial inside the bracket. Please enclose it inside the bracket, children, as I am showing you, because that way you will not get confused with the sign of the different terms. Now the first one will be copied the same way, but when we are copying the second bracket, children, you will change the sign of all the terms that are inside because we are doing subtraction. So a plus 3a will become a minus 3a, a plus 4b will become, a minus 4b will become a plus 4b, and a plus 5c will become a minus 5c. Then bring the like terms together as I have done it in the next step. I have brought the a's together, the b and the c's together, and then do whatever it is saying according to the integer rule. So a plus and a minus is minus. So from 4a, if you take 3a, we are left with a. Don't write 1a, children. A is understood that it is 1 only, and put the sign of the bigger value, that is a plus. Similarly over here, plus minus is again minus, so I have subtracted and set sign of the bigger value, so it is a positive sign. Again plus minus is minus, sign of the bigger value, so plus c. So this is by the row method. Another method, column method, also I have shown you, children. First the second polynomial, then the first polynomial. With the red I have shown you how we change the signs. You also need to do it with the pen, children. Put it inside the bracket. The changed ones we write it above that, and we change the signs and then do accordingly. So we get the same answer once. Okay, children, let's start with exercise 19b, which is given in your books. We begin with the first question, which says find the sum of, right? Now I've first written the second one. I'm doing it for you, children. I have written it, and I'm going to do the column method because column method is my favorite, and I want to go with the column method because I feel the row method becomes slightly confusing when it becomes to bigger polynomials. So I prefer doing this, but it is your choice individually which method you are more comfortable with. Now see, we have written all the three polynomials one underneath the other. Again, keep in mind, children, that the like terms are coming in underneath one above, one below the other. See, this is a x square, so I have taken the x square values below that. Now where they are placed in a polynomial will not make a difference, children. When you are writing them together, you can bring the like terms and write them one below the other. Wherever they are placed in a polynomial will not make a difference. So see, I have written that place, right? And now according to the integers, children, you have to do it. Now this is a plus and this is a plus, so add both the values together. So 4 and 3 will give you a 7y square. From that we have to subtract a y square, so the answer is a plus 6y square. Similarly, the second one, children, this is plus and this is plus with a positive sign, so add them together. That will give you a 3xy, and this is a minus 10xy, so plus minus is once again minus, subtract it, and the sign of the bigger value, so it is a minus. Okay. Similarly, we're going to do it over here, children. 3 and 2 is 5, minus 1 will give you a 4x square, so that becomes your answer. I've taken the fourth one. See, that also we are adding and finding the sum, children. Once again, you are going to write the like terms below the like terms, children. See that they come underneath each other that are like. That is why it is known as a column method, because we write and mention the like terms in the column and then do according to whatever the integers are asking us to do. So let's see this. A plus and a plus will make it plus. So this is 2 plus 2 BC and minus 3 BC. When you subtract it, you get a minus BC. Similarly, over here, children, you get the answer as you add these two. So that gives you a 3AB and minus 1AB. So the answer is a plus 2AB. Similarly, over here, 3 plus 1 will give us a 4. And from that, you subtract 2. So you get the answer as 2A square. See, the sixth subpart I have taken. Again, we have the polynomials, children. Now, in this one, if you see, children, we will have to rearrange them, and I have done it in the row method because maybe some of the girls feel that the row method is much more simpler. So I have done it in that ways. And what you need to keep in mind over here is, again, children, see that you rearrange the values. Right, maybe when you are seeing the polynomial, it may be given in a different format. Like, see, in this question, particular question, children, look at the second one, children. It is written xy minus 4x plus 2y square, and in this first one it was a x variable written first, so I have rearranged it and I have brought the x term in front. So I have written minus 4x. Then the second one was xy, so I have written a plus xy and then a plus 2y square. Similarly, for the third one also, I have brought the x1 in front, that is a plus 6x. Then the one with xy, that is minus xy, and then a plus 3y square. Then after this, children, once again we will have to bring the like terms together. So I have from all the three polynomials I have brought the like terms together inside a bracket. That way I have arranged my 3 brackets, because there are 3 different terms that are there used in the 3 different polynomials. And after that I have not done it, because after that you know how it is to be done. You just need to follow the integer rule. Now this is a plus and this is a plus, means you will add them. So from a plus 9x you have to subtract a minus 4x. Similarly for the second one, children, from a plus 5xy you have to subtract a xy. And the third one is this, both these have to be added up together. So from a plus 5y square you have to subtract a y square, and the answers you will get. So I have left the question like this only, because after this I have explained you how you have to do it. Coming to question number 3, children, that is evaluate. Now evaluate means getting to the final answer. See the first one, 3a minus a plus 2b. Now whenever there is a minus sign just outside the bracket, children, it will change all the signs inside. So a plus a will be written as minus a, and a plus 2b will become a minus 2b. Then according to the like terms we have to add or subtract whatever it is. So this is a plus 3 and a minus a will give us a plus 2a and a minus 2b. Now one way of expressing your answer is you leave your answer like this. Another way is, because both these terms contain 2, so we can take 2 as common, and then inside the bracket we can write a minus b. Now either you convert your answer like this or you leave your answer like this, both are correct. See the second one, 5x minus 3y minus x plus y inside the second bracket. Now what you have to do is, again you have to open the second bracket, because there is a minus sign just outside the bracket. So once again the signs inside are going to change. So a plus x will become a minus x and a plus y will become a minus y. Rearrange the like terms together and do whatever it is asking. So the answer is 4x minus 4y. Look at the fourth one. Once again, the first bracket you can't do anything because these are unlike terms, but in the second bracket again a minus sign outside. So change the signs inside and open the bracket. So we change it in the second step. Then arrange the like terms together and solve. Similarly, you are going to do the sixth one also, children. Once again, because the minus sign is there, the signs inside are changing. Rearrange the like terms and solve, as I have done it. You can see it very clearly, children. Question number 4. Subtract the first polynomial from the second one. So first, I am going to write the second polynomial as I have written it over here. And then I am going to write the first polynomial. Keep writing it, keeping in mind that the like terms are arranged in the column one below the other. Now in this first one, children, there was a plus 5 which was not given in the first one. So you will have to write it separately. Change the signs because we are doing subtract. Change the signs and do accordingly. So this becomes a plus and a minus is, this was minus earlier but now it is plus. So a plus and a plus is added, 6a. Now a minus and a plus is subtracted, sign of the bigger value, so minus. Over here, plus and minus is again minus, so subtract it, again sign of the bigger value, minus, and again a minus 5. So this completes how you are going to do question number 4, where we have to subtract the first one from the second one. Now see question number 5, the third part, children. Take away this. Let's say question number 5, children. I have taken the third part. Take this one, this polynomial from the first one that is written over here. So first you bring this polynomial which is written at the second place in front, children. Please be very careful. Take this polynomial from the second one. So first the second polynomial should be written and then the first one. So I have reversed their places and I have written and a minus sign. Now just now I told you, children, if there is a minus sign outside the bracket, the signs inside will get changed. So my minus 3 upon 2 will be written as plus 3 upon 2, plus q will become a minus q, and a minus r will become a plus r. Then again rearrange from both the polynomials, rearrange the like terms together and write them together as I have written in the second step. Then according to the fractions, children, you have to solve. Now in fractions, children, if the denominators are same, you don't need to take the LCM. You can simply add or subtract the numerators. So over here we are going to add the numerators and it becomes 4 upon 2p minus, again over here there was no denominator, children, so you can take it as 1. So the LCM of 3 and 1 will be 3. So according to that I have taken. Now 1 goes in 3 times. 3 into q is minus 3q. Then you are going to solve it further. Similar over here, children. Below r there is no number written, so in order to make it a fraction, children, you can write it like this, because if you write it upon 1 it will not change the answer. Then take the LCM of 2 and 1, it is 2. This one will be copied the same way, children, and 1 goes in 2 how many times? 2 times. So 2 into r will give us a 2r. Then solve it further, children, according to the integers that are given. Now this 2 and 4 will cancel each other, children, so it will be left as 2p. Over here, minus and minus will be added up together, sign of the bigger value, so it will be a minus 4 upon 3q. Same over here in the next bracket, children, a plus and a minus is again minus, so I have subtracted it, sign of the bigger value, so a minus r upon 2. So your answer is 2p minus 4 upon 3q minus r upon 2. That becomes the answer. Question number 7, children. From the sum of 3a minus 2b plus 4c and 3b minus 2c, you have to subtract a minus b minus c. Now how are you going to do it, children? Simply you are going to first add the two polynomials that are given, and whatever be the answer of these, from that you are going to subtract the third one which is given. So first we are going to add these together, right? Again, I have taken the column method, write the like terms below each other, the way I have written it over here, children, and then according to the integers solve it. So a plus and a minus is minus, there you get 2c, sign of the bigger value. Again, a plus and a minus is minus, sign of the bigger value. We don't write 1b, children, it is understood. And this is exactly the same. So 3a plus b plus 2c, I have written it again over here. From this I am going to subtract now the third polynomial that was given, that is a plus a minus b minus c. Now when we are subtracting, children, keep in mind you have to change the sign of all the terms. So I have changed the signs and I have done it with red inside a bracket so that it becomes more clear to you. Now add a plus 2c and a plus c will give us a plus 3c. Similarly, a plus b and a plus b will give us a plus 2b, and a plus 3 and a minus a will give us a plus 2a, and that is our answer. Question number 9. Subtract the sum of first and second from the sum of the third and the fourth. Now over here, children, you have to do 2 times the addition and then the final subtraction. So first we are going to add a x plus y and x minus z. I have written it now. Now when you're writing the second polynomial, children, there was no y term, so the y term space is left empty and I have separately written a z term. Add them together, so it becomes a plus 2x plus y minus z. Add the third and the fourth polynomials also, children. Again in this fourth polynomial, children, there is a y term which is not there in the third term, so you will write it separately, add or subtract whatever according to the integers, so we get it as plus 2x minus z and a plus y. Now finally both these answers have to be subtracted together. So I have first written the first answer, then I have written the second one, and now because we are doing the subtraction, I have changed the sign of all the terms and then we are doing it. Now plus y and a minus y will give us a 0 because they will cancel each other. Similarly, a minus z and a plus z will give us a 0, and a plus 2x and a minus 2x will also give us a 0. So finally the answer of this one is 0. So with this we come to an end of this exercise, which is 19b. I hope you have understood everything very clearly, and if you have understood everything, you know you need to share my videos with many friends of yours, and please do share my videos, and please do subscribe if you have still not subscribed, because you are very soon going to get lots and lots of more videos coming up very soon. I'm regularly working very hard to provide you with all the knowledge that is required. See you all in the next upcoming videos very soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye.